In today's challenge we have weeks and days, and a column that tells us how many times to multiply them. For example, 30 days multiplied by 17, 51 days, but the result must be returned as weeks and days again, 7 weeks, 2 days. Problems like this show up more often than you'd expect, whenever data mixes two units. And today I'll show you a clean Power Query pattern for solving it, while also explaining why let-in expression is so useful when calculations have several steps. Let's load the table into Power Query, and then I go to Add Column, Custom Column. Now the instinct is usually to write one big formula or create several additional columns. That works, of course, but it quickly gets messy, hard to read and hard to debug. Instead, I start like this, by typing let expression. This gives me a small calculation block, and inside it I can define variables step by step. Then, at the end, I simply tell Power Query what value to return. Now I type the first variable. While I'm typing, I'm thinking about the structure of the problem. We have weeks and days, 2 units. That's inconvenient for calculations. So the first step is to convert everything into days. I will name it total. So we will multiply the week column by 7 and add days. Now weeks are converted to days. Then we add the extra days, so at this point we have total days. And only then we apply the multiplier. Don't forget about the brackets. Notice the comma at the end. That tells Power Query another variable is coming. Next, I define how many full weeks fit into the number of days. I will use w as the name of our variable, and Number.IntegerDivide function is perfect here. It divides the number but drops the remainder. We calculate what's left after removing full weeks. I type d for our days and Number.Mod. It returns the remainder. Now we have both pieces, full weeks and leftover days. After the next comma, I'll create the final output. I will call it result. Anything inside quotes is plain text. So this will literally print the word weeks : Next, I type the ampersand symbol. In Power Query, the ampersand symbol means concatenate, basically join pieces together. So we are building one string piece by piece. Now it's time to add the number of weeks. Our w variable is a number, but numbers can't be joined to text directly. So we will use text from that converts the number into text, so it can be combined with the rest of the string. At this point, if you read the expression from left to right, it says take the text weeks and attach the value of w. Then I add another piece of text, days. Same idea as before, just literal text that will appear in the result. Finally, I add the remaining days, text from d. Again, we convert the number d into text, so it can join the string. Now I finish the whole block in a result. This part often confuses beginners. Everything above in the let section is just definitions. The in line answers one simple question: which value should this column return? In our case, the variable called result. So inside the column we defined 4 small steps: calculate total days, calculate weeks, calculate remaining days, and build the result. It's very readable, and now the new column is ready. But the challenge really only needs the result. Instead of removing columns manually, we can do a quick trick in the query. At the end of the step, you can add this: double square brackets, result, the name of our column. Those double brackets mean return only this column from the table. It's a neat little shortcut. And that's the real benefit of using let-in expression. 2 useful habits from this challenge. First, when a calculation has several steps, you can use a let block inside the column. It makes the logic much easier to follow. And the second, if you only need one column from a step, the double square bracket trick keeps the output clean. Small things, but they make Power Query code much nicer to work with. See ya!